These wave pools are able to generate powerful artificial waves that mimic the fury of the ocean. Some wave pool designs have pushed things to the limit though, and are able to create massive waves that can be pretty frightening. Join me, we're gonna count down the 15 scariest wave pools in the world. Number 15. Siam Park. Siam Park, which is a coastal suburb of Tenerife in the Canary Islands, is one of the largest water parks in Europe. With around 1.2 million visitors per year, there are plenty of slides and features to keep everyone entertained. Cleverly, it was built on the side of a hill, which removed the need for support structures that you normally see with tall slides, and means more effort could be put into the Thai theming and other elements, such as the world's longest lazy river ride. There are several wave pools at the park, including an unusually shallow one that's designed for families and young children. But the thing that it's most famous for is the one called the Wave Palace, that since it was opened has held the record for producing the largest artificial waves of anywhere in the world. Built by Murphy's Waves, the Wave Palace is a seriously impressive pool, but at the same time one where you'll have to keep your wits about you to avoid any injuries. The machinery is able to generate waves that measure up to 10 feet or 3 meters high and can be programmed to produce different types of waves, such as long runners and rollers, and even ones that run the full width of the pool, ones that move from one side to another, and an A-frame that splits in the middle. Normally the pool is open to swimmers, and while the full height of the waves are way too dangerous for when people are in the water, they still reach far higher than you'll see elsewhere. But it's when surfers take to the pool that it really comes into its own. Number 14. Surf Lakes, Brisbane, Australia. Australia is, of course, a surfer's paradise, thanks to a shoreline that's dotted with beaches that receive incredible natural waves. But even there, conditions won't be right all of the time, and there's a great artificial alternative in the city of Brisbane. Surf Lakes is a cutting-edge surf park that was developed by engineer Aaron Trevis and his team, and offers an incredible customizable surfing experience for surfers of all levels, making it a top destination for water sports enthusiasts around the globe. The main part of Surf Lakes is a massive circular pool with a diameter of 650 feet or about 200 meters, which makes it one of the largest wave pools in the world. And unlike traditional wave pools that generate only one type of wave, this place boasts a unique and patented technology that produces 8 distinct types simultaneously. This allows surfers of different skill levels to ride waves suitable for their abilities, from gentle rolling waves for beginners to powerful barreling waves for advanced riders. The secret to the wave generation lies in the plunger mechanism at the center of the pool. This mechanism creates concentric waves that travel outwards, colliding with a series of reefs and shorelines that are strategically positioned around the pool. As the waves converge, they transform into the variety of surfable waves and really replicate the feel of surfing in the open ocean. Surf Lakes has become a training ground for professional surfers, providing them consistent and perfect waves for honing their skills and pushing the boundaries of their sport. Additionally, the park offers surf lessons for beginners, making the sport more accessible. Of course, even the hardiest of surfers who are used to taking on extreme waves in the ocean have to double-take when they first see the wave generator. It's an imposing structure that smashes the water with such force to generate the waves. You'll obviously want to be careful that you don't get too close. Number 13. Kelly Slater's Surf Ranch. Kelly Slater's Surf Ranch, located in Lemoore, California, is a revolutionary surf park that's become the gold standard of what's possible with wave technology and surf training. Founded by the legendary surfer Kelly Slater, the Surf Ranch attracts professional surfers, enthusiasts, and spectators. The venue is set around the state-of-the-art wave pool that produces perfect machine-generated waves. The technology behind this surf pool is a closely guarded secret, but it's been described as a hydrofoil system that creates the waves with incredible precision and consistency. The result is a surfing environment that rivals the best natural waves found in the ocean, providing surfers with long and powerful barrels, ideal for practicing and perfecting their skills. Only those having lessons with an experienced surfer or who are highly regarded surfers are allowed to enter the water, and there's a real risk of injury here if you don't know what you're doing. Since opening, the Surf Ranch has become a sought-after destination for professional surfers, who use it as a training ground to refine their techniques. The controlled environment of this pool allows surfers to focus on specific maneuvers repeatedly, leading to rapid progress and innovation in the sport. Kelly Slater's Surf Ranch also hosts elite surfing events such as the World Surf League competitions. These events showcase the world's best surfers taking on the challenging waves of the pool. It proves how well the venue is regarded by the sport's biggest stars. Number 12. Ocean Dome, Miyazaki, Japan. Although now closed, the Ocean Dome, which was in Miyazaki, Japan, was a huge indoor beach resort that used technology to its fullest to provide an unforgettable experience. It was the world's largest indoor water park between 1993 and 2007, and was probably most famous for having the world's largest retractable roof, which measured 984 feet or 300 meters long and 328 feet or 100 meters wide. This meant that the venue was able to create a beach-like environment throughout the year and could let natural sunlight in when there was some, or protect guests from the elements when the weather was less than ideal. The ocean was 6 times larger than an Olympic pool and contained more than 14,000 tons of chlorinated water that was kept at a constant warm temperature. It did hold the Guinness World Record for being the biggest simulated pool, and its wave machine had 200 different variations. This, of course, meant that you'd never be certain what was coming next during the times when the wave machine was active, which happened every half hour. The swells could reach a height of 8 feet or 2.5 meters, and would quite often catch swimmers off guard, with several injuries taking place during its time. With such a big wave pool, this was also the best place in Japan for surfers to ride artificial waves, and to this day is credited as one of the reasons why the sport is so popular in the country. Number 11. Blue Thunder Wave Pool. First opened in 1986, World Water Park, which is in West Edmonton Mall in Edmonton, Canada, is the second largest indoor water park in North America. Now, as you'd expect, there are plenty of slides and activities to choose from, but the main draw is the enormous Blue Thunder Wave Pool, which is by far the biggest fully indoor wave pool on the planet. Holding over 3 million gallons of water, it's so wide that it was built with 6 wave bays to generate the swells, and powered by a 1,500 horsepower hydraulic system. For a long time, though, only the central 4 bays have been active, as the combined force of the entire system proved to be way too dangerous for those in the water. Stories from the 1980s, soon after it opened, talked of such intense waves that swimmers were thrown into each other and against the edge of the pool, and this frequently caused accidents such as bloodied noses and broken bones. Even now, the waves can reach a height of about 5 feet or 1.5 meters, and during sessions, they alternate between 10 minutes on and 5 minutes off. In the evenings, the power is increased as swimmers leave the pool and surf and kayak clubs join in the fun. But even then, restrictions are enforced to prevent any further incidents. Number 10. Eisbach, Germany. While it's technically not a wave pool, Eisbach, which is in Munich in Germany, has one of the most unusual artificial waves in the world that draws surfers from all over to take it on. It's a river through the city, and the waves along it are produced by a series of underwater structures in the Eisbach River, which create a constant and reliable surfing spot in the heart of the city. Surfing on the river began as an underground movement in the 1970s when a group of innovative surfers decided to experiment with riding the river's standing wave. Over the years, word spread, and the popularity here as a surfing destination grew exponentially. Known in particular for its power and its difficulty, making it more suitable for experienced surfers, the wave can reach heights of up to 6.5 feet or about 2 meters and provide exciting and dynamic ride for those who dare to attempt it. Surfers must possess excellent board control and a good understanding of river dynamics to navigate the waves successfully, though otherwise things can end painfully. Surfing at Eisbach is certainly not for the faint of heart, and the riverbanks are often lined with spectators who won't venture in themselves, but are there to watch the surfers showcase their skills, or sometimes their lack of skills. The popularity here as a surfing destination has more recently led to the formation of local surfing clubs and events that are regularly held, with experts sharing their tips on how to tackle this one-of-a-kind wave in a safe way, as even the most experienced in the sport can be caught off guard by its different behavior compared to an ocean wave. Number 9. Wavegarden Cove, Montgat, Spain. Wavegarden Cove in Spain is a state-of-the-art surf park that showcases a new generation of artificial wave technology. Developed by Wavegarden, a Spanish company that specializes in wave-generating systems, Wavegarden Cove has become a leading destination for surfers from around the world. This pool is able to precisely produce a large number of high-quality waves, and unlike traditional wave pools that generate waves in a fixed pattern, Wavegarden Cove utilizes a unique design that allows for multiple waves to be produced simultaneously, catering to surfers of all levels at the same time. The system consists of a series of submerged modules that move back and forth, creating a wave that travels along a central pier. This design actually mimics the way that waves form in nature, but because it's being done in a controlled environment means that they are consistently surfable, ranging from gentle, rolling ones suitable for beginners to challenging, barreling waves for advanced surfers. What's useful about Wavegarden Cove is that surfers can catch multiple identical waves in a short period, allowing them to refine their skills and experiment with different maneuvers. And the pool's designed to accommodate both shortboard and longboard surfing, making it an inclusive and adaptable environment. While it's not just for experienced surfers and can play a crucial role in introducing newcomers to the sport, the size and ferocity of the largest waves it produces can be somewhat unnerving the first time you see them. The controlled and safe environment of the pool, though, makes it an ideal place for surf schools to teach beginners, providing them with a gentle introduction of the art of surfing. It is a seriously impressive wave pool, and since it's opened, it's gained widespread acclaim and been instrumental in advancing the technology and popularity of artificial wave systems. Its success has led to the establishment of similar facilities in different parts of the world, allowing surfers in regions where it's difficult to access thrilling ocean waves to experience the joy of the sport. Number 8. Shuyian Water Park. Wave machines have to be carefully installed into pools to ensure that they generate manageable peaks and troughs in the water that can be precisely controlled. But if there's an error in one of the systems, the results can be catastrophic. The Shuyian Water Park in northeast China has only been open fully for a few years, but it's soon become a must-visit destination during the long, hot summers in the region. Amongst all of the water slides, plunge pools, and other entertainment on offer, though, is the most popular space, the large wave pool. It's often seen packed full of people in rubber rings, and on a fateful hot day in July of 2019, the world saw just how wrong things could go. In the mid-afternoon, the machine responsible for creating gentle waves instead formed one that was 10 feet or just over 3 meters high, and this not only sent the swimmers crashing into each other and flipping over, but also threw many of them into the air, out of the pool, and crashing down onto the concrete surroundings. In total, 44 people ended up needing medical attention, with broken bones and gashes in what was one of the worst wave pool incidents in recent times. The authorities blamed the freak wave on an electrical malfunction that they said had been isolated and fixed, and the pool reopened to visitors just a few days later. But unsurprisingly, it was a while until large crowds returned in the same numbers that they had done before. Moving on to number 7, the Wave Bristol. Located in the city of Bristol in England, the Wave Bristol is a cutting-edge inland surf facility that's the first of its kind in the United Kingdom and has quickly become a popular destination for surfers of all levels. It features an almost 600-foot or 180-meter-long surfing lake, complete with an innovative wave generation system. The technology used here creates consistent and high-quality waves, which allows surfers to customize the program of the ones being formed, and therefore everyone can enjoy the thrill of riding perfect waves, no matter their skill level. The lake can produce waves of varying heights and shapes, catering to beginners, intermediates, and even experienced professionals. Now, interestingly, the Wave Bristol is different from most other artificial wave pools because of the emphasis on sustainability and environmental consciousness. The facility utilizes rainwater harvesting and renewable energy sources, and is leading the way in pioneering the technology for eco-friendly surf destinations, which it's hoped will be replicated when new sites are built around the globe. This commitment to environmental responsibility has garnered the Wave Bristol numerous accolades and awards in the industry. The park's designed to be inclusive and welcoming to all ages and abilities. It offers surf lessons and coaching for beginners, ensuring that newcomers in the sport can learn in a safe and supportive environment. Moreover, the Wave Bristol's surf instructors are highly experienced, helping surfers at every level to improve their techniques and gain confidence. Even if the full force of the waves is a lot for you at first, they'll soon get you on the water and confidently riding for the first time. With their novel approach, the Wave Bristol has become a hub for the surfing community in the UK and now hosts various events, competitions, and festivals that celebrate the surfing culture in the country. Number 6. Siam Park City. Siam Park City, also known as Suan Siam, is one of Thailand's largest and most popular amusement parks, offering a diverse range of attractions and entertainment for visitors of all ages. It's located in Bangkok. Siam Park City has been a favorite destination for both locals and tourists seeking a fun-filled day of excitement and adventure. For thrill seekers, the Fantasy World Zone is a must-visit. It offers a variety of adrenaline-pumping rides, including roller coasters, spinning rides, and gravity-defying attractions. The Viking ship and the classic Ferris wheel are among the park's favorites. Siam Park City is a huge theme park which spans more than 120 acres and is the oldest and most extensive venue like it in Southeast Asia after first opening in 1975. There's plenty to do there, from roller coasters and water slides, and the park's divided into several themed zones, each offering a unique experience. One of the main highlights, of course, is the water park, which features an extensive array of water slides, wave pools, lazy rivers, and other water-based attractions, where visitors can brave the exhilarating super spiral, or take on the twists and turns of the giant drop, or simply relax in the lazy river. One of the most popular attractions, though, is the wave pool, which is surprisingly large. Covering an area of almost 150,000 square feet, or about 13,000 square meters, it for a long time held the record as being the biggest wave pool on Earth. Tens of thousands of people visit the park each year, and it's often barely room in the water to squeeze in on a particularly hot day. And this only adds to the potential danger, because it's almost impossible to see the waves approaching and judge how you'll prevent yourself from being plunged under the water. The park itself doesn't have a spotless safety record after several incidents on some of the other rides. While this isn't too unusual for a place that's been open for more than 40 years, it does suggest that some of the infrastructure is aging, and wave pools are often where issues happen when this is the case. Number 5. Sunway Lagoon, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Sunway Lagoon is a premier theme park and water park complex that's one of the most popular tourist attractions in Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. Spread over an area of 88 acres, the park is divided into 5 main zones, with each its own unique theme and set of attractions. These zones include the water park, amusement park, wildlife park, extreme park, and the Scream Park. The water park, though, is one of the main highlights here at Sunway Lagoon, with plenty of exciting water-based attractions. It features multiple water slides, including the Vuvuzela, a high-speed water coaster that sends riders zooming down a 100-foot-high slide, and the Flow Rider, which is a popular surf simulator. The biggest attraction it has, though, is the Surf Beach, which opened in 1997, and the park claims it's the largest surf pool in the world. Stretching over an area of about 140,000 square feet or 13,000 square meters, most people spend their time relaxing on the beach or in the shallow water. But if you venture further in, you're able to experience the powerful waves that the generators can produce. When at full power, it can create a continual barrage of waves that measure up to 8 feet or 2.5 meters high, which are ideal for surfers to practice on or for swimmers to tackle. Because of the way these waves are produced, they can feel more powerful than similarly sized ones at other pools or even in the ocean, so they often catch people unaware as they roll over. Usually in the warmer summer months, when crowds of people gather in the water to cool off, the pool can be a pretty hectic place, with lifeguards often finding themselves needing to rescue people who have become overwhelmed by the peaks and troughs of the waves. Number 4. Wave Park, Gyeonggi-Do, South Korea. The Wave Park in Gyeonggi-Do in South Korea opened in time for the 2021 season and truly took artificial waves to the next level. It uses Wavegarden Cove technology, which is the same that's used at surf lakes in Australia, and the Wave Bristol. But while those pools have 46 and 40 wave generation modules respectively, the system at Wave Park utilizes 56 modules, making it bigger and more powerful than anywhere else. The park itself is split into 4 different sections: the Myokasta Zone, the Diving Zone, the Caravan Zone, and the Wave Zone, each of which have different features and attractions depending on how intense you want your day to be. Catering to people of all experiences, the Dive Zone is suitable for scuba training, for example, but the vast majority of people go there for the surfing. A smaller wave pool called Bay Cove is there for beginners, but the real fun and danger is in the Reef Cove, where the full wave generation system is allowed to wreak havoc. It produces some of the highest and strongest artificial waves of all, with some reaching heights of up to 12 feet or 3.5 meters. But what's really impressive about this particular wave pool is how precisely each wave is generated and the range of waves that are available. These are general sessions where up to 100 surfers use the pool at the same time and experience a range of different waves that can be produced. But for those who can afford it, customized sessions give you the ability to choose from at least 30 different types of waves and create a tailor-made program in line with what you want to do. If you want continual, huge, and powerful waves, then that's no problem. Or if you instead want challenging and unpredictable ones, then they can do that too. Furthermore, they've designed the waves to mimic those found at popular surf spots around the world. So, in theory, you can practice on waves like you'd find in Hawaii, for example, and then be far more prepared when you hit the beaches of the island for real. Number 3. Wadi Adventure Al Ain, United Arab Emirates. Countries in the Middle East aren't exactly known for having a huge amount of water inland away from the coast. But with soaring temperatures, places to cool off are in huge demand. This has led to the development of the Al Ain Adventure Park, which is midway between Dubai and Abu Dhabi, and it's a huge venue that's completely man-made and offers things you'd never expect to be able to do in a desert landscape, like rafting, kayaking, and of course, surfing. Nestled at the base of Jebel Hafit, this is all possible because of the network of artificial whitewater rafting and kayaking channels, which are fed by a powerful wave generator that creates consistent and challenging rapids that cater to both beginners and experienced rafters and kayakers. For surfers, the venue boasts the first ever surf pool in the Middle East, which uses a wave-generating technology that's capable of producing waves suitable for both beginners and advanced surfers. The pool gives visitors the chance to experience the excitement of surfing in a controlled environment, regardless of their surfing level. The waves can be curated for whoever's in the pool, and start from small rolling waves to huge peaks that can reach more than 10 feet or 3 meters high. These, of course, should only be attempted by experts because they'll be far too much for lesser experienced surfers to handle. Them notorious within the surfing community for the challenge they pose in such unusual surroundings. It may be the waves being formed along the whitewater rafting channels that are the scariest though, as the facility offers 3 levels of rapids, with some being as vicious and hair-raising as the most famous natural whitewater rivers around the world. If you want a thrilling time in artificial surroundings though, that can be used any time of the year when conditions on the coast aren't up to it, then this is undoubtedly one of the best places you can go. Number 2. Praia da Grama, Sao Paulo, Brazil. Built on farmland in Itupeva, which is around an hour's drive away from Sao Paulo in Brazil, Praia da Grama is another artificial wave pool that uses the proprietary technology from Wavegarden to offer the best and most challenging artificial surfing experience in South America. It's part of a wider development, which has seen the creation of a huge artificial beach, a swimming pool with lanes, and even a residential community with 121 homes. But the central feature is undoubtedly the wave pool itself. Using 52 wave-generating modules, the lagoon measures 525 feet or 160 meters long and wide, and it's described as the world's first tropical beach with artificial waves. There are more than 20 different styles of wave to choose from, such as Waikikis, Malibus, turns, barrels, and air waves, and up to 90 surfers can use the pool at a time. Impressively, or frighteningly, the system's able to generate as many as 1,000 waves per hour, which averages out to 1 every 3.5 seconds, which will hardly give you time to catch your breath before the next one comes rolling over. Of course, this level is only used for experienced surfers training for high-profile events, and the pace is usually much slower than that. But one thing that's really clever about this wave pool is its ability to replicate virtually any type of wave. While the menu may have around 25 pre-programmed options, surfers are able to consult with the wave engineers to create the exact type of wave they want, whether that be something they failed at before and want to master, or a type of wave they know is likely at a forthcoming competition they want to prepare for. Even with efforts to provide features for people who aren't serious surfers, there's no doubt that Praia da Grama is predominantly targeted towards the community. And if sun, surf, and sand is all you dream of, then this is the place for you. If powerful waves in the water make you nervous though, you're best staying well clear of this place. Number 1. Action Park Tidal Pool. Action Park, which was in the Vernon Township of New Jersey, became notorious for being the most dangerous water park in history. With very little regard for safety, the owners seemed more concerned with attracting as many people as they could, and this often meant that they built attractions that people shouldn't have been allowed to go on. Featuring various pools and slides, it became most famous in 1983 for a water slide called the Cannonball Loop that did a full 360-degree loop along it, and would often leave riders either stuck or seriously hurt when they came out in the end. With most guests drinking alcohol and most of the staff being young and untrained, injuries on the slide and many others were common, and the park's notorious wave pool was no different. Simply put, it was the most scary wave pool ever built. But you wouldn't necessarily think that when you first heard about it. It was small by modern standards, measuring 100 by 250 feet or about 30 by 76 meters, and it was able to generate waves that measured up to 40 inches or about a meter high. It would operate for 20 minutes on and then 10 minutes off as a break. But there were several elements that led to it anecdotally being known as the death pool. The first was that it had varying depths, although this wasn't very clear because the surface was disturbed by the waves, so people often found themselves in far deeper water than they expected. The second factor was the drunken state of many guests, and the third was that as many as 1,000 people could be in the water at any one time. Famously, 12 lifeguards had to be on duty at any one time, and it wouldn't be unusual for each to have to rescue as many as 30 swimmers in a weekend, when the typical average elsewhere in an entire season would be 2. Incidents would include people out of their depth and struggling to breathe, people who had crashed into each other and into the waves, and plenty more. And this would also prove to be the most fatal attraction at the park. Between 1982 and 1987, 3 people drowned there, making it a large part of why the park was, in the end, closed down. I'll see you next time. Thank you to our channel members.